right, today is March the 4th. Back in the day, 75 years ago, 1950, Disney's animated classic Cinderella was released. 43 years ago, 1982, Police Squad premiered on ABC. Did not work as a TV show, but eventually evolved into the Naked Gun movies.
Those shows are good, by the way.
They are good.
Yeah.
36 years ago, 1989, Chippendale Rescue Rangers premieres on the Disney Channel. Now, the story behind Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, which is something I watched, Disney's foray into TV cartoons started kind of gradually and had to ramp up fast. So Chippendale was an early part of that ramp up. So Disney tried a couple syndicated animated shows in the 80s, starting with The Adventures of the Gummy Bears.
Yeah. Great. Greatest songs ever, too, man.
And including a few other less prominent or successful endeavors like the Wuzzles. I don't remember the Wuzzles.
I remember hearing about that.
So then they made DuckTales.
Big time.
So DuckTales was a hit. Half hour. So Disney needed a hustle to create a second half-hour series so they would sell an hour block to syndicated channels.
And Rescue Rangers ripped. What a great show.
So they tried to do, okay, we already got DuckTales, that's a hit. Let's do another one so we could sell two shows as a block instead of the one. And that second show was Rescue Rangers.
So we do DuckTales at Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? And last year I was trying to put Rescue Rangers into the set. Do you think everybody would know the song?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, I also was going to do a broken down version of, we ran out of time, but I was going to do a broken down version of the Gummy Bears theme. Because that theme is so
Yeah, we
good.
talked about this last year, I remember.
And a couple people were like, I don't think anybody knows it.
Oh, bull crap.
Dude, I think all the parents would know it. None of the kids would know it. But the Gummy Bears theme is one of the most ripping theme songs of any television show ever made.
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventures. There it is.
Dashing and daring, courageous and caring.
Great song.
With stories to share.
Plus, they're all hopped up on
Gummy Juice.
Yeah. Gummy Bears were just Gummy Juice, just bath salts.
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the Gummy Bears.
I'm trying to remember the Rescue Rangers.
Sometimes some crimes go slipping through the cracks, but these two gumshoes are picking up the slack. There's no case too big, no case too small. When you need help, just call where there's danger.
Oh, that's
God, it's so good.
song.
Great song.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. And you know what? Even like the Tailspin one, which was
Then Disney got greedy and they added a Tailspin and it was Darkwing Duck.
Well, it was Darkwing Duck.
Tailspin was good. That grew up.
Great.
Yeah.
So Rescue Rangers was paired with DuckTales, and from there, you know, the Disney Hour expanded to the Disney Afternoon with Darkwing Duck and Tailspin. So Rescue Rangers itself, only 3 seasons and 65 episodes.
Yeah, then they did an Aladdin cartoon that was excellent. They also did a Timon and Pumbaa spinoff, which was fantastic. I mean, dude, this is going to make me sound like the dork that I was, but I left high school 7th hour. Every single day for 4 hours. And what did I do? I went home and I watched cartoons.
What a nerd!
Your baby?
With your baby.
Yeah, senior year was with my child.
32 years ago, 1993, the first ESPY Awards were held. 31 years ago, 1994, the great John Candy passes away. And how old was John Candy?
Wasn't he in his 30s?
46.
43.
Okay.
I was just reading an article about what a kind person he was, like from all of his co-stars. They were talking about Spaceballs. Bill Pullman said that, like, John Candy pulled Mel Brooks aside and said, hey, my character's got all the funny lines. Let's give Bill a couple of my wisecracks. And Mel was like, do you think he's a straight actor? You think he can pull off funny one-liners? And he's like, let's give him an opportunity. And like, so a lot of the Lone Star's lines
That's really
We're
rad.
meant to
were
be John
John
Candy's
Candy's lines that he gave
man,
to
that's
him.
awesome. What a good dude.
So John Candy dies 31 years ago. That same day, NBA Jam was released for Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. And that same day, Kurt Cobain spends 20 hours in a coma after overdosing on Hypnol and champagne in Italy.
Damn.
29 years ago, 1996, Dish Network goes live. 6 years ago, 2019, Keith Flint of The Prodigy. He's found dead at his home in Essex, England, died by suicide at age 49. And 3 years ago in 2022, The Batman hits theaters. That's the one with Robert Pattinson as Batman, Paul Dano as a Riddler, and Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, and Colin Farrell.
I watched that
Penguin.
a second time, and it was...
It's not great.
It's a stinker.
I don't know if it's a stinker. It's so long.
I think it's worth
so long.
one watch.
That new Robert Pattinson movie where he plays a regenerative.
Oh, that Mickey, is it Mickey 17?
17. Yeah,
That looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good. It looks funny. They create him out of slop essentially, and he comes to life, and they kill him like a million times, so he dies in all these different ways.
Whoa.
And it's futuristic.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we start off with this. Yesterday after the show, we announced the Offspring, Jimmy Eat World, and Newfound Glory will be going on a summer tour. They'll make their way to St. Louis for a Big Point summer show on August 17th, your birthday at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
Wow.
Are you going to hang out with them?
I don't know.
Dexter
I don't know
Holland?
what
You don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. Seems so far away.
Well, tickets are on sale Friday.
I see what you did there.
Banksy painting that is owned by Mark Hoppus, which is it's called Crude Oil. It's pretty neat Banksy, honestly, that Mark Hoppus owns, is going up for auction today in London. I wonder.
It is a real Banksy.
It's a real
I
Banksy.
saw the picture of it.
Yeah, it's like a couple that is dressed really beautifully, like they're doing the tango or something, and in the back there's people like pulling crude oil out of the ocean. Pure Banksy, kind of cool. I can't wait to see how much it goes for, because what was the banana that was taped to?
That wasn't a Banksy.
That wasn't a Banksy, but that sold for $1 million.
A banana taped to the wall?
Yeah. I wonder
So
how much
dumb.
this will go for.
What's that? What's he using it for? Or is he just selling it?
He's just selling it. He's just going up for auction.
Good for him.
Yeah, I talked about it last week, but there was Banksy was selling his actual paintings on the street in New York for $60 a piece. He had like
So
a
great.
surrogate vendor that looked like they were knockoffs. And
He's done that before.
And one lady bought like 6 to decorate a new apartment she had. She didn't have any art, and they were all worth like $60,000 a piece. It was a crazy number.
It's crazy.
She bought basically like almost $500,000 worth of art for basically a couple $100.
And that one move where he had the thing up for auction and it shredded itself.
Yeah, it's self-destructed. That was cool. I love Banksy.
Pretty neat.
Jelly Roll sat down for an interview with CMT, talked about how excited he is for his upcoming
What's
tour.
going on with Jelly Roll?
Yeah,
Huh?
let's find out. This is your weekly update. And here he is talking about how people may confuse him for Post Malone.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I lose a little more weight, and when I get to Italy, if they're going to mistake me for Post Malone. You know what I mean? Like, if I get skinny enough that they just see face tattoos and they're like, Post,
Getting a
Post.
little ahead of ourselves. But
And also
great.
making
He's doing
Italians
great.
look like idiots.
he's doing great.
So that's your update. The Grand Ole Opry is turning 100, and they made a small but very significant change to the Opry for their anniversary. They changed out the mic stand. This is the 5th time in an entire century that
big
they've
deal.
changed it. And so essentially, the old one said Grand Ole Opry on it. The new one just says Opry in all caps. And you can see it
Man, I don't
online.
know. I don't know about this, Learn.
I don't know about this either.
this is-
now.
This is a big deal.
This anniversary isn't really technically till November. Blake Shelton is hosting the Opry 100 special on NBC March 19th.
Wait, so the old one said Grand Ole Opry, and this one says
Opry.
Opry.
I don't like it. I don't,
I don't
like
like
it.
it
History.
one bit.
Something don't feel good about
Something doesn't
change.
feel right about this.
Something don't feel right about change.
Tori Amos has a children's book that's out today for all the chicks in your life. Tori and the Muses is out in bookstores, so pick that up.
Yeah, for all you Tori Amos fans out
That's
there.
right. There's tons.
As somebody who's been to a Tori Amos concert or two,
I did this news for you. Maybe your beautiful wife would like to have this book.
She probably wouldn't.
Okay. Really sad news yesterday. Rest in peace to Carl Thomas Dean. This is Dolly Parton's ultra-private husband. He passed away at the age of 82 on Monday. The cause of death has not been confirmed, but he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2019. Carl Dean, the husband of Dolly Parton, passed away in Nashville. He will be laid to rest in a very private ceremony with just immediate family attending. He's survived by his siblings. And Dolly says, Carl and I spent many wonderful years together. Words can't do it justice to the love we shared for more than 60 years.
Wow.
Thank you.
How many years
prayers.
they married?
Almost 60.
Incredible.
And so she wrote the song From Here to the Moon and Back for Carl. Here's a little audio of Willie and Dolly doing that song.
I blow you a kiss as I wish on a star, counting my blessings for all that you are.
Thank heaven for you, and to God tip my hat. From here to the moon and back.
Well, it's wild to think that, a lot of people didn't even know she was married. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy was so in the background.
And he wanted to be. I was reading up on this last night.
Yeah.
He
So
was taken care of, man.
whenever they would go to award shows, like right at the beginning of Dolly's career, he said, I don't want to go to these anymore.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he wanted to be able to go fishing and go to the ball game and not have to be looked at or gawked at or photographed. And I thought it was really beautiful that he was like, I support you. I love you.
Yeah,
do your
do your
thing,
thing.
girl. I'm going to be back here when you're home. And
Wild.
I think that what a perfect balance
I'm
of
going
a,
to back
of a
here at the
romance.
What a
homestead,
perfect life.
counting the money.
Yeah. yeah.
come
wait,
on.
wait, you don't need me to be
No.
out here and be
And work?
paraded around and do
Fine.
anything?
He worked.
Holy
he was
What did he do?
he was a welder or something. He
That's
worked
not
for
a work. When Dolly Parton's your husband or your wife, everything's a hobby.
Hey, look this dude up, man, because he looks like he's a good-looking guy.
He
He
was.
just looks like somebody's good-looking grandpa back in the day. And I think a lot of it too was her persona she created needed to have the illusion that she was available,
That's what the record
Like a
labels
flirt.
wanted.
and he.
Because she was a big flirt.
Yeah, I mean,
She is a
yeah,
big flirt.
They created this persona for her that he knew was good for her career, and he kind of stayed in that because everybody wanted Kenny and Dolly to get together, dude. The entire country wanted Kenny and Dolly to be a thing, and Carl just chilled.
Yeah.
And they might have
that
hooked up. I'll be
money,
honest,
baby.
Kenny and Dolly might have banged one out once.
No,
I don't know.
I don't
I think
believe it.
Carl signed off on it though.
and she didn't bang Burt Reynolds either. That was a big rumor.
If you're Dolly's husband, though,
If you look at their picture before she was famous, it just looks like your grandparents buying their first 2-bedroom ranch
Yeah.
house in Crestwood.
They're so cute.
Yeah. She's a short little thing, and he's like a tall,
a tall drink of
Drink
water.
tall
He was. He
tall
was.
drink of water.
I love their love. I mean, she's like
Sweet.
America's grandma, at this point, and it's sad. I feel bad for her. You think somebody will swoop in?
Look at that photo over there,
So
dude.
he's saying she's
on
single
Tinder.
now.
With this, where he's got her shirt on. Yeah, that just looks like your grandparents, man, at a VFW fish fry or something.
Yeah, they're a cute couple.
Yeah, she's already on Tinder. I saw that.
Get
Is she?
out of here.
In TV news, The Handmaid's Tale sequel series, The Testaments on Hulu, has found its lead star. An unknown lady named Lucy Halliday is going to star in the series as Daisy, one of the 3 protagonists in the Margaret Atwood novel, which the show is based around. So
Is that show still on, Handmaid's Tale? Is
it
that
is.
still
It's-
going?
I think there's
Is it
one last
really?
season. I've never watched it because I don't want to be depressed.
People have been able to endure it for that long. It's
good.
It's the most
what I
depressing
hear.
thing I've ever watched.
I had to bail out.
Me too.
Bailed out.
We
I need to
survived.
watch it. I'm honestly, I probably need to watch
It's
it now.
good, man.
Yeah, it's
That's a
good.
weird thing to me is it's been
good.
such a long hiatus, and she started a new show on Hulu, and I was like, "What? We're not wrapping up this last
She needs
season
to
of
work.
Handmaid's
So The
Tale."
Testaments is set 15 years after the events that happen in The Handmaid's Tale. And so Daisy is a Canadian teenager whose life is turned upside down when she learns of her connection to the Republic of Gilead.
I finished watching Fallout. Watched the final episode of
Yeah.
that. What a show.
Yeah, it's great.
What a show.
Nice.
What's the word on that?
They're working on the new
Yeah,
season.
the new season's.
And finished the Severance, the last episode of that.
Gnarly.
What
So good.
a show.
What a show.
What a time to be alive.
What a show. What do I watch now?
White Lotus.
Yeah, get into White Lotus with me.
White Lotus is fantastic.
It is really good.
Would I enjoy it?
We
Yes,
wrapped up
very much
season
so.
1.
Watch it with your wife.
Is it comedy?
First
is.
season is
it's
great.
everything. It's everything you want it to
It's
be.
very different than the other shows you've seen.
But it will tick all the boxes for you.
So it's got comedy. It's a mystery. It's
You will enjoy it.
The next, well, I guess it's the last episode, and I won't do any spoilers here, but what happens in a suitcase? You've never seen it happen
Okay.
in cinema, okay?
All right, I'll get that a watch.
Speaking of cinema, moving into movie news, the Academy Awards were viewed by 18.1 million people on Sunday night, down by 7% from last year.
Oh, down you don't say.
McDonald's just dropped its latest commercial, which spotlights the Oscar-nominated actors, talking about their go-to breakfast items. Kieran Culkin just kept it simple. He just wanted one small Coke from McDonald's, while other people like Julia Fox had it hotcakes with 10 syrup packets.
Hotcakes with 10 syrup packets?
Chris Rock was spotted at the Vanity Fair Oscar party on Sunday night. His presence marked the first time that Rock had been back to the Oscars party since the infamous slap from 2022. And there's still no word about how Gene Hackman and his wife died, but somebody posed a very interesting theory. So Dr. Michael Baden is a world-famous forensic
okay.
pathologist.
Michael Baden, yeah.
Baden,
he is, he's got an HBO show. This guy, if you saw his face, you'd go, oh, this is the guy. This guy.
He's not working on the case, but he's seen the reports, and here's how he thinks Gene Hackman and his wife died. So, given the evidence from Gene's pacemaker, Baden says that he may have suffered cardiac arrest and then collapsed. Betsy then found him on the floor, Betsy was found on the floor of the bathroom with a space heater next to her with an open prescription bottle on the counter, and then pills are scattered everywhere. So this guy says that she maybe ran to the bathroom to get Gene's blood pressure medication, fallen, had a cardiac event herself because she was 65 and under a lot of stress at that moment. Could have been an accidental fall, which caused her to hit her head. No evidence of blunt force trauma, but she could have suffered some sort of internal injury like a brain bleed. And as for the dog, it was constrained in its cage or kennel, so it probably died from dehydration because it did not have access to water for 9 days.
Yeah, I read that today, that it was in a kennel in the closet. So
Yeah.
now it makes
Hurts
sense as to
me.
why there was
Now-
one dead dog
Yeah.
and 2 living dogs.
I thought you were going to say the dog ran to help her and hit its head.
So is an autopsy being done?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're trying
okay,
to fast track it too. He's just from the evidence that he's seen, he's speculating.
Right, yeah.
And he's not the only one who's speculating. So there's another theory out there with the Star Whackers. Randy Quaid. Lost his mind,
dear.
and he started ranting about some secret cabal that was killing off celebrities and stealing their fortunes. He said this happened, with Heath Ledger and David Carradine and other dead celebrities. So according to him now, they whacked Hackman.
Why?
And why now?
I don't know, dude. It's
95.
Randy Quaid. I don't know.
At 95.
That
Why are we whacking Hackman?
maybe they wanted.
He had a
his
lot of crypto.
money. He had a lot of crypto.
Okay, so the real theory with the one forensic pathologist. So Hackman had a heart attack. The wife went to go grab his medication.
Right.
She possibly fell.
Right.
Or she may have had a cardiac arrest herself. And the dog died from not
Neglect.
being able to.
Yeah. Oh, terrible.
boy.
Really sad about
Yep.
everything, but very sad about the dog. Like,
Yeah.
had a lot of life left, I bet. And why was only the one dog in a crate? Like, was that the bad dog? What was up with that
Might have
dog?
been training it or something. Who knows?
I need to know more about what happened to that pup.
What?
Listen, I know human life.
I'm more concerned with the woman.
Well, yeah,
No, I know.
we will find that out. I'm
We'll
just
find
saying,
that out. But
there's no way to
if
know.
she had a heart attack, she had a heart attack.
The autopsy, we are waiting results.
If she had a heart attack, she had a heart attack. But the dog suffered. Like, hopefully, Gene and Betsy didn't suffer.
Right, hopefully they went fast.
Yeah, if you have a heart attack, boom, it's over. Or, like, the Widowmaker.
Not saying I care about the dog more than people. I'm just saying,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
the dog
Here
didn't
come the
mean to.
emails.
Here we go.
I get it.
Maybe the dog had a heart attack.
Hey,
Everybody probably did.
Just
Who knows?
Speculating.
Honestly.
just speculating.
And finally, Forbes has released its list of the highest paid actors of last year. Can you guess the top 10 highest paid actors of 2024?
Highest paid actors of 2024. Show me The Rock.
He is number 1 at $88 million.
Not a bad
What?
guess.
Per movie?
What's the last good movie The Rock did?
I don't think I've watched The Rock in any movie ever.
Has Rock done any good
Get Shorty.
movies?
Dude, honestly, Black Adam was like, it was good, but it was kind of good for nothing. Like, it was like,
I haven't watched any of the Jumanjis. Are they good?
The first
Oh,
one
yeah,
was
they're
okay.
decent.
The first
Yeah,
one was all right.
they're
Forgot
decent
about that.
reboots for sure.
Why don't we keep going down this list?
How about Pedro Pascal? Based on sheer volume, he's in everything.
Not yet, but I can't wait for him to be on this list, and I love him deeply.
Show me Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, number 9 at $26 million.
So these are the classics. So Tom Cruise is on this.
Tom Cruise is not on this, Scott.
Oh,
Thomas Hanks.
Tom Hanks, no.
I wonder if Tom Cruise is not on there because they're talking about money for acting, and when he's doing all these things, he's
He's got all
EPing.
back-end
He's
stuff.
he's
Okay.
doing so much of the other stuff to get his money there.
Okay, how about Scarlett Johansson?
No, there is only one woman on this top 10.
Zoe.
Show me.
Timothy Chalamet.
No. Chalamet.
Charlize Theron.
No.
Julia Roberts.
No. You're in the right vicinity of
You
lady.
said Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Who'd be
Who is the female on this list?
from that age
Do you
range?
want a hint?
No.
Okay.
Jennifer
Sandra?
Lawrence.
Jennifer
No,
Lawrence would be a
no,
good one.
no.
Sandra Bullock hasn't made anything in a while.
I
Trying to
know.
think, 'cause there was a Hunger Games movie, wasn't there? Oh, no, not with her. That was with somebody else.
Oh, no.
Emily Blunt.
Like maybe a Wicked.
No.
From Wicked or something?
Oh,
Here comes the
Ariana
hint.
Grande?
Here comes the hint.
All right,
There we
hint.
go.
Husband might be extraterrestrial.
Larry
Oh,
King.
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole
Nicole
Kidman.
Kidman.
$31 million. She comes in at number 8.
Hint
Not might be. Is.
is
All right, keep going. Think classic, not classic, but think older
Ryan Reynolds.
actors. Ryan Reynolds is number 2.
Kevin got a good one on here.
$85 million.
John Cena.
John Cena, no.
Ryan
Jackman.
Gosling.
Hugh Jackman, number 5 at $50 million. We have 2 comedians.
Two comedians.
Two
Captain
actors
America?
That, hang on, 2 comedians.
Kevin Hart.
2 actors that work together, and then one guy that Hollywood kind of dissed for the last couple of years. Kevin Hart is number 3 at $81 million.
Will Smith.
Hollywood dissed.
Will Smith is number
gosh.
10.
Is that the one Hollywood dissed? Okay.
At
What did
26
Kevin
million.
Hart do?
Everything.
He's in all
He's
those.
in a million things.
Jumanji,
Okay, yeah. And yeah.
and
And,
other ones.
Other
Jumanji 2.
Yeah.
He was in that other stanker that I watched on a plane. What was the one with? Oh, Kate Blanchett was in it, and it was so bad.
Based on the video game.
Yeah.
Borderlands.
Yeah, he was in that. More comedians.
One more comedian, and then a duo of guys that has done a lot of things
A
together.
comedian.
Dave
like,
Chappelle.
A classic comedian.
a classic comedian.
Steve Martin.
Somebody that is in the Mount Rushmore of comedian.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld is number 4.
What movie besides the
The
Frosted
stupid
movie?
Frosted movie.
I guess
$60
technically they're
million.
probably taking all of his stand-up into account for salary.
And Curb. Wasn't he in the last season of Curb?
I mean, for one episode.
I don't know. Maybe he got paid a lot.
Was that last year?
They're taking in his like enterprise center gigs probably.
And finally, one of these men is
left?
married to a lawyer, and the other man,
George Clooney.
George Clooney's number 7 at $31 million. And the final man on this list is from the state of Missouri.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, $32
look at
million.
you guys.
Look at that.
So your number 1 is
John
The
Goodman.
Rock, Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Hart, Jerry Seinfeld, Hugh Jackman, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Nicole Kidman, Adam Sandler, and Will Smith. These are your highest paid actors of 20.
Again, has The Rock been in really any good movies?
No.
Pain and
Moana.
Gain, baby.
Moana, yes. Okay.
And
Yeah.
live
Did you see
action
Pain and Gain?
Moana is about to come out.
Pain and Gain.
And that's
with,
your crap
He's
on
been in all the Fast and
celebrities.
Furious movies, dude. Like, just think about
Oh, yeah, he took over. Well, isn't he like the main character now?
kinda.
One
He's
of
been
them.
in a
Vin
lot.
Diesel's the guy.
Still?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him indeed.
Good for him.
Man,
Celebrity celebrating a birthday on this day. Josh Bowman, that's Daniel on Revenge. Also Jack the Ripper on Time After Time is 37. Margot Harshman from NCIS is 39. Landon Donovan, the U.S. soccer player, 43. Chaz Bono is 56. Sam Taylor Johnson, the 50 Shades of Grey director. She kisses the Kick-Ass star Aaron Taylor Johnson anytime she wants to, because apparently they're together, is 58. Jason Newsted, 62. Ray Boom Boom Mancini, the WBA lightweight champion in the 80s, is 64. Steven Weber, Brian Hackett on Wings is 64. Patricia Heaton, Ray's wife Deborah on Everybody Loves Raymond, is 67. McKelty Williamson, that is Bubba in Forrest Gump, he's 68. Catherine O'Hara, we know her from a million things. Home Alone, Best in Show, Pooh's Creek, as Moira Rose, she's 71. And Paula Prentice, The Stepford Wives and Saturday the 14th, is 87 years old.
Saturday the 14th.
That's what it says, Saturday the 14th. I don't know what
As
that is.
opposed to Friday the 13th. It's the day after.
I suppose so. Was that the sequel?
I don't know. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Summer Cummings. And that's not how you spell that. Today's birthday girl has been in 413 fine films, including Abducted by the Enema Bandit. She was in Ass Aliens, Battling Bitches 2, Big Busty Whoppers, Big Knockers 11.
Can you imagine getting abducted and you go, what are you going to do with me?
Oh, it's the Ass Aliens.
I am known as the Enema Bandit. So
Watch out.
She was in the Boobsville Sex Academy, the Catfight Club 2, Double Airbags 15. Guess who's back? The Anima Bandit returns.
Wow.
Oh.
Have Whip Will Travel, The Melon Man 2, Wall-to-Wall Water Sports, and who can forget her role
Oh, my gosh.
in 2013's Weird, Strange, and Ugly.
Wall-to-wall water sports. That was a Commodore 64 game,
Yep.
if I remember correctly.
Summer Cummings is 57 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities.